He was king by 20, a god to his men, feared by empires, unbeaten in battle, and dead by 32. This is not just the story of a conqueror. It's the story of Alexander the Great, the man who tried to unite the world under one name, his. Alexander was born in 356 BCE in Pella, the capital of Macedonia. His father, King Philip II, was a military genius who unified the Greek city-states under his rule. His mother, Olympias, was fiercely ambitious and believed her son was descended from Achilles and even Zeus. At just 13, Alexander was tutored by Aristotle, who taught him philosophy, science, politics, and Greek culture. But Alexander wasn't just a student. He was already showing signs of brilliance. At 16, he was left in charge of Macedonia and crushed a rebellion. He was born for war. When King Philip was assassinated in 336 BCE, 20-year-old Alexander took the throne. Many believed he was too young to rule, so he proved them wrong with fire and sword. First, he crushed revolts in Greece, burning the city of Thebes to the ground as a warning. Then, he set his sights on the real prize, the Persian Empire, the largest, richest empire on earth. With just 40,000 troops, he crossed the Hellespont into Asia in 334 BCE, and in his first major battle, the Battle of the Granicus, he defeated a Persian army many times his size. It was the beginning of something unstoppable. Alexander's most iconic battles came next. Battle of Issus. He faced King Darius III and personally led a cavalry charge that shattered the Persian center. Darius fled, and Alexander captured his family. Siege of Tyre, a seemingly invincible island fortress. Alexander built a causeway into the sea, turned the island into a peninsula, and took it after a brutal 7-month siege. Battle of Gaugamela. Outnumbered 5-1, Alexander used superior tactics to defeat Darius again, ending the Persian Empire. He was now king of Asia. He marched into Babylon, Susa, and Persepolis, taking their riches, their cities, and their power. Alexander wasn't just a general, he was a visionary. He founded over 20 cities, many called Alexandria, designed with Greek-style architecture, open marketplaces, and places of learning. He married a Persian noblewoman, Roxana, and encouraged his officers to do the same. Hoping to unite East and West, he adopted Persian dress and customs, angering some Greeks but trying to create a blended empire, a new world. His dream was to merge cultures to create a single global civilization, but not everyone shared his vision. Alexander pushed beyond Persia into the unknown, Central Asia, Afghanistan, and finally India. In 326 BCE, he faced King Porus at the Battle of the Hydaspes River. It was one of his toughest battles, war elephants, flooded terrain, and fierce resistance. Alexander won, but his men were exhausted. They had marched for 8 years, fought dozens of battles, and traveled over 17,000 kilometers. When he asked them to push further east, they refused, and so, reluctantly, Alexander turned back. In 323 BCE, while in Babylon, Alexander fell mysteriously ill. He died after 12 days of fever, just 32 years old. His cause of death remains a mystery to this day. Was it poison, malaria, typhoid, or something else? He left no clear heir. His empire, the largest the world had ever seen, was split between his generals, who turned on each other in brutal civil wars. Alexander changed the world, even in death. He spread Greek culture, language, and science across 3 continents. His campaigns launched the Hellenistic Age, blending Greek, Egyptian, Persian, and Indian cultures. He became a myth, a godlike figure to future rulers, from Caesars to Napoleon. To this day, cities named Alexandria still exist. His tactics are still studied in military academies, and his ambition? Still unmatched. He conquered the world, not just with force, but with vision. He dreamed of unity, of knowledge, of something greater. Alexander the Great died young, but he lived large, and his shadow still stretches across history.